the soul of rugby. That's what it's all about, and it's all about celebrating the 90th birthday of Madiba. 46664, his number as he spent those years in prison. And there are the team sheets.
Looking at that front row, I must say, Mario Ledesma was the star of the Los Pumas in the World Cup 2007 and brings the blunt edge to that Puma attack. Looking at their lock combination, Alvarez and Albacete, very experienced Albacete. He's been around 27 caps. He'll get his 28th cap today. The loose trio of Fernandez, Lobe, Leguizamo and Durand make up really an interesting combination. Keep your eye on Fernandez Lobe, again a star of 2007. Of course, Hernandez at 10 is out through injury. Philippe Conteponi moves from centre to fly half. He was outstanding in the World Cup. And of course, Pichot's out. New scrum off in. Abramovich at centre with Aramburu. Only 25 caps between the centre pairing. Out on the wing, Aguia and Piosek, very, very dangerous. Aguia, of course, played against South Africa in 2007 in the World Cup. And last line of defence for the Los Pumas, Bernardo Stortoni, 25th cap today.
Well, the Springbok team, that's what the solar rugby is all about. Out on the practice field, through to the change room, out onto the field of combat as they prepare with a short little prayer. That's not to say, please make us win. It's just to say, let us finish this game without injury. May everybody have strength, and cheer the South African team.
Front row, of course, Bismarck du Plessis makes his way back after spending some time off through that yellow card, red card in the end. And of course, Beast Ntorira gets his opportunity. And of course, the ace in the pack for South Africa, that lock combination of Victor Matfield and Pakis Puerta, unbelievable. Surely South Africa will play to the lineouts today. With Skalkberger out again with injury, he'll be back, I believe, next week. Luke Watson gets an opportunity to be the fetcher. Pierre Special and Johan Smith will need a bit of space and time today. That half-back combination of Ricky January and Butch James will want, I suppose, today, right shoulders in the scrum and quick second phase ball to unleash these two gentlemen who are slowly developing a nice combination, Eddie Jacobs and Jean de Villiers. Jongi Nokwa gets his test debut today here at Coca-Cola Park. He's the Express, the Sky Express. JP Peterson needs ball in space. And of course, last line of defence for South Africa, Conrad Jantjes. Take a look at the substitution bench. Of course, the big talking point, Percy Montgomery, he'll get 99 tests today should he come onto the field. And of course, Marie de Priya, he might make his way onto the field with 20 minutes. The back three there of Argentina, 20, 21 and 22, only 5 caps amongst those backline player subs.
And so we await the Argentinian.
The match officials are brought to you by Marriott, the income specialists.
England's Wayne Barnes will take charge of the clash in Johannesburg. The 29-year-old former lawyer will be assisted by the Australian pair of Matt Goddard and James Leckie, while England's Jeff Warren takes up the TMO duties.
Marriott managed 3 of the 5 highest income-producing funds over 5 years. The Marriott Core Income Fund.
For the heat of battle of a test match. As Garth Wright so correctly said, the Roncero Ledesma, the brothers Ledesma in the front row there. A very tough combination. Roncero gave South Africa a very tough time in the semi-final of the World Cup last year, particularly in the scrums. Mario Ledesma, his 8th test against South Africa, and he's a fiery, fiery competitor, so we'll ask and give no quarter. Good to see Argentinian support here at Ellis Park, which isn't packed by any manner of means, but a pretty good crowd. There he is, Conteponi, played number 12 in the World Cup, now captains the Argentine team from the fly half position, where he plays for his club Leinster in the Republic of Ireland, alongside those great Irish players. There's Mario Ledesma, who will run out with his younger brother, and as they go down to scrum, their dad is here today to watch them play. And there is number 1, Rodrigo Roncero, who really gave CJ van der Linde quite a lot to think about when they played in the test at the Stade de France in October last year. There's Aramburu, the inside centre, who playing in his 17th test today, scored 8 tries in those 17 tests, and a wonderful situation for him alongside Abramovich, the other centre. Joe van Niekerk will lead the Springboks out, because if he gets called up today, which is likely, he will play in his 50th test match. Percy Montgomery, of course, if he gets his call up, as Garth Wright, my co-commentator, was saying, 99 it will be today. Surely he will make the 100. A passionate man about his rugby, Joe van Niekerk. You can just see how steamed he is, up he is. And young Mahau Kumpulo will lead the Springboks out. He's just 16 years old. He's received corrective surgery to his ear, thanks to the money raised by the Vodacom Try Us to Smiles campaign in aid of the Smile Foundation. So a wonderful moment for the youngster Luke Watson. Juan Smith, one of the 3 players who's played in all the tests of 2008, the other 2 being Bucky's Buerta and Jean de Villiers, who leads him out, comes out there too. Jean de Villiers. Victor Matfield, for the first time, leads a Springbok side onto Coca-Cola Park. John Ginokwe, of course, winning his first cap, a great moment for him and those people in the Siskai who must be supporting him from Kwamfundu. And so his 74th test match, there he is, John Ginokwe. Let's hope that he gets the ball with a little bit of space. A huge moment for him. Remember, he toured with the Springboks back in 2004, and the beast. What a personality he's becoming in South African rugby. Juan Smith, another one of those players who has represented South Africa in all tests. Well, only 3, as I said. Bucky's Buerta, that man there, and Jean de Villiers have run on for every test this year. And the players now gather for the national anthems. Luiso Bala from the Drakensberg Boys Choir in St. Stithians, and George Mayring, the 2006 runner-up of Superstar, that stuck him on the map, as they will be doing the national anthems. The Argentinian one, I can tell you, takes a little while.
Eternos los laureles que supimos conseguir, que supimos conseguir. Coronados de gloria vivamos, oh juremos con gloria morir, oh juremos con gloria morir, oh juremos con gloria morir.
And now for the Salarian anthem, Kosi Sikilele, sung by George Mayray.
Kosi Sikilele, Afrika, malupakan Yesu punduayo, Izwa imitandazo yetu. Kosi Sikelela, Tina lusapuayo, Murena bulu kasi chabasa Yesu, ufedi sedin twalema.
42 times those two big locks have stood side by side for the Springboks as they prepare to take on countries from all over the world. Jonge Nakwe, I bet the butterflies are flying around that stomach of his, and it's a wonderful moment just to represent your country. 2004. Look at the words of encouragement from Eddie Jacobs, who's really been a really star performer for South Africa. He's back in the side. 5 changes that Peter de Villiers has made at 11, 13, 1, 2 and 6. So Bismarck du Plessis back in the side. Tenda Matwerera, Matt Goddard and James Leckie from New Zealand are the assistant referees. And the man who refereed South Africa against Tonga in Lens last year, Wayne Barnes of England, will be blowing the game today. One of the youngest referees in international rugby at the moment in the world. And they will be assisted as the TMO by Jeff Warren. Here they go. Matfield, who took his eyes off it, and immediately South Africa under a little bit of pressure. Look at Victor Matfield. Well, just a momentarily loss of concentration.
Two from each side.
You won't see that often with Victor Matfield. He's got some of the safest hands in the game.
Please, green gap.
But it will be Bismarck du Plessis to feed the line out. Buerta at 2 in the line out. Matfield at 4. Very often it goes to Buerta in this situation, but they go deeper. So to Pierre Spies. Terrific athleticism with his support there. January. Now work out for Aguirre. Up quickly was John de Villiers. Good work by Butch James. Aguirre's a difficult man to bring down. Low centre of gravity.
Flat.
Vigaggio, the scrum half, and of course has big man's boots to fill in. D'Augustin Pichot. And the
Must
penalty
be on your feet
for the Argentinians being over enthusiastic.
Straight off his feet. Up, please.
Nicolas Vigaggio, who
better effort, lads.
plays his rugby for Dax in France. 14 of them play in Britain, France and Ireland, most of them in France. Butch James, the most capped Springbok fly half of all time.
Okay, just bit better, keep your head up.
There he is, Andrew David James.
Aguirre proved quite a handful in Paris. Proved yet again, when you tackle him low, put him to the deck.
Buerta, January, James. Peterson was running on his side. Butch James decided to take it up. Gets up a little bit slowly. January finds Jacobs. Couldn't find du Plessis. Counter here from the Argentinians. Peterson has to move quickly. It's Nunes Piasek who comes through very fast. And this is a good position. It's advantage to the Argentinians. It'll be a penalty in front of the posts if they don't get it.
Bit of offside, come back.
The work there done by Roncero on the outside, and so
player was isolated. He tied it up on the floor and didn't roll away.
The Barnes right inside the 22 there, and so the Pumas just countering very well indeed.
Characteristic of their play, is to work off your mistakes. They're quite flat in defence. You make one mistake, they tow it through, they get numbers to the ball and put you under a lot of pressure. Here, you've got to play safe. You've got to make sure of your passes when you play the Los Pumas.
%63% of his kicks going over. He kicks for Leinster as well in the Heineken Cup and in Ireland. This shouldn't be a problem for him, and he could put the Pumas into the lead. No problem at all. A lot of excitement amongst their supporters.
The advantage was already being played, and that ball obviously went forward to a Puma hand. Accidental offside. They went back to the penalty. 3 points, the Pumas.
So the Springboks will just have to lift their concentration a little bit as Le Guizemont drives forward hard, good defence inside the Puma 22.
One blue return, please, thank you.
Vigaggio, Contipami.
Yeah, you're okay.
Species back. Good kick by the Puma fly half. Chances. Good defence. Lovely feed up to January. He's a tough little character, as you always say when he takes the field, Ricky January. But it comes. And it's been knocked on there. And Contipami is furious with himself for spilling that one.
Flicker of a red light there from South Africa. They had the ball. Yeah, you have to manage that ball very, very carefully against the Pumas. They have the ability like that to steal ball off of you, and they can turn it onto you very quickly.
Yeah, watch this. He sends some water.
So the bench of the Pumas there, very inexperienced among their backs. Lalani hasn't any tests at all. Uda Pizzetta, the other back there, just one test to his name. And Carballo, just 4 tests. So 5 tests between those bench sitters in the backs. They've got 3 World Cup stars who are up amongst the men in the front.
So Desmond there in the left of your screen that slipped over and fell on his hip, and he hobbled around a bit outside of play. That's him getting up right now.
Here we are, lads.
Bit of the magic ice.
Green, don't lose ground. Blue here, please.
Well, Pedro Ledesma, the younger brother, now they'll pack down for the first time in the Test match rugby. Mario Ledesma, his first test since he played against South Africa. Roncero, watch him. He's a tough customer, Roncero. It's a good scrum by the Springboks. January, little space here. Off he goes. Nokwe was right on his shoulder.
Stole the ball. No
The
hands
Springboks
down.
need the ball quickly, but it looks like it could be coming back on the Puma side. Contipami. So once again, they get out of trouble. Janches. Support on the right from Peterson.
Bring them on, please. Out of
That's a
take,
nice
Green.
torpedo up and under. It'll come down awkwardly. De Villiers. Well, it's beautifully taken there by
No
Leguizamo.
release, no hands.
The fiery number 8. Vigaggio
Take
got
him
it
back
away.
in.
Contipami puts everything he could into that one. It's a good clearance by the Puma skipper.
Second breakdown, South Africa's lost the ball. Responsibility on South Africa's side. Hold on to it. It's key. That's Leguizamo who reads that perfectly well.
Same ball. Once the line's formed, the line was formed because he passed the ball to another man. Nice gaps, just a little more. Time to run.
Albacete at the front of the line out there, 2 meters tall. Just as tall as South Africa's big men. In fact, a fraction taller
Let's
than
go!
Bucky's Berta, who just gave Bismarck the nod, and it's
On your feet.
grasped
Out of the
there
way,
by
8.
Juan Smith. January, one for Nokwe to chase. The right winger is Nunes Piosek. Had his foot out, so it went out on the full. Good appreciation of the laws.
Just keep an eye on his right foot here. Puts his right foot into touch. Well, timing was perfect.
He's the only man who plays his club rugby in Argentina for the very tough Tucumán team. Now, some of those of you might be watching will remember Tucumán for their passion and, frankly, unkindly for their spitting.
Ledesma back down on the deck. So that slip and fall could have been worrying him.
Well, he's just in his second test match, and it would be sad if he wasn't able to continue with his dad having come in all the way from Argentina to be here today. It was great also to see, if you might have seen in the build-up, Kola interviewing Hugo Porta, such a wonderful ambassador for both Argentina and rugby. Albacete, he's a tough competitor as well. Plenty of those forwards all play their rugby in France and Great Britain. Another penalty to the Argentines.
Wrong side. Go. There's your mark.
Didn't pick up the signal, and I think the signal was, if I'm correct in saying, diving over by South Africa from Wayne Barnes. You can see him throwing his hand over.
And it's not always plain sailing against the Pumas. I can remember some of those games at the Ferrocarril in Buenos Aires where the Pumas went into early leads, and sometimes the Springboks were hard pressed to win games. Got a smooth stroke on it, and it's over the crossbar. Terrific kick by the Puma captain. And we have heard that Ledesma, well, I see number 17 is looking to come on. That's Jazz, who plays his club rugby for Leicester. But no, well, Ledesma now is well, it's sad for the younger Ledesma brother. So Ayez will take the field. He was in the World Cup squad, didn't play against South Africa in 2007, but was in their squad, makes his 18th test appearance now as Butch James gets the hard-pressed Springboks underway. Madfield up tight, so too Luke Watson, but it's Fernandez who came away with it. Vagasha with those men on side. It's Pierce Spies who has to compete. He's knocked it on. Good. No, the ref says power. Lovely hands by Jacobs. Butch James looks on the inside, finds Smith. He looks on the inside, couldn't find a player. Now it's Peterson. The Argentines are just a little bit sharper than the Springboks at the moment.
Don't dive in. Wait, please. Wait, please.
De Villiers, Jacobs decides to go. Fernandez lobby makes the tackle. Quick support there, but as well picked up there, but he was in offside position. In fact, it was Leguizamo was not the guilty party. It was Alvarez, the
number 4
lock forward.
Guilty of not coming in through the gates, coming in from the side.
So Victor Madfield with the instruction for Butch James to kick for touch. The Springboks will have to build on something from here, just inside the Puma 22-meter area.
This is quality play by South Africa. John Smith wants to offload in the tackle a little late. Ball goes loose. Peterson does well to secure. Of course, coming in from the side, yeah, that's clear to see. Alvarez steps over. Nothing wrong with that if you're coming from the back.
Quickly down from Madfield there to January, who's wrapped up by Fernandez lobby. He's a live wide, tight flank forward.
And away! Keep rolling, keep rolling!
Mtuwelera looks to dig it out. Hear the reaction of the crowd. It was well worked out to James. Now Spies.
Now on your
feet. Good work by Watson. January, James, De Villiers. Skips Jacobs, finds Janches.
No hands, run!
Peterson.
Backwards.
It's been knocked backwards, but you see how quickly the Pumas are to anything that might be loose.
No hands!
Now can the
he picked it up. Man on the floor.
Springboks just continue to control the ball? No, comes on the side of the Pumas.
No hands to the man on the floor. 10 was on his feet. To the man on the floor.
So the scrum is to the Pumas.
To the player on the floor.
Worrying for South Africa is those 50-50 passes against the Pumas. If they don't go to hand, it goes to deck. You're playing into the Pumas' hands. You really want to be a little bit more structured here. Wear them down a little bit in the first 30 or 40 minutes. Do some of the fancy stuff later on.
Touch! Balls, engage! Middle, please. Let's go.
Strong scrum by the Springboks.
And no hands now.
Picked up by Leguizamo. He's tied it up well. Also Durand in there. Now pressure on the scrum
both
half.
on the floor, same ball. Both of you playing on the floor. Take a scrum.
Still Puma ball.
positive from a South African point of view was that was an outstanding scrum. They really got underneath the Pumas. I think that's really the medicine.
Okay, he's spoken to me.
A little tighter maybe from South Africa.
Nine.
Well, the weight advantage to the South Africans. Two of those front rankers play for Stade de France. Of course, Ledesma off the field now.
No hands,
One of the players, both front rankers who took the field of with Stade de France.
Yeah, good.
Vergagia for Contepomi.
Taken in.
Well, that was taken into the 22, so he couldn't
Backwards.
kick that directly out. Good work by Peterson. Janches. Nice little touch by him. Brilliant bounce now. Needs to keep it in field. Jacobs. January in close support. Went up. Janches has done well. Peterson. Good hands by Smith. Good defence by Lugizimoa. Now here comes Peterson. Those long legs of his. Well taken there by Buerta and Torreira. Buerta is up quickly. Piles in.
That was a ruck.
And South Africa get the penalty.
Do not get involved.
Marcus Buerta just needs to be a little bit careful. South Africa have the penalty already.
It's all right, I'll deal with it. I've got it, no problem. It's a hot day, temperatures are high, but we must keep self-discipline. Let's keep our hands to ourselves at all opportunities, okay? Okay, first penalty, I will look. Number 8.
Roncero not happy with something Bucky's Buerta did there. Roncero's a tough customer himself. Here goes James. Knocker on the outside. Who is good? John Knocker up to the 5-metre line.
Hands away, right, back
Brilliant
feet.
break by James. Important to get that out. Buerta doing some tough
No,
work
hands,
in
rack! Rack! Back feet.
Matfield goes
Back
in
feet,
to
make sure,
one
move.
now with the ball in hand. Can't muscle his way over
hands,
the
rack!
line.
Back feet, 40.
Picked up by Luke Watson. Held up there by Alvarez, the number 4 left forward. So
Hands
it looked
away,
like
you've
they were
lost
coming in
green.
from the side there with the
Lost the ball,
Pumas. Springboks desperate. They need to get this ball
You've
back.
lost the ball. 4, you've lost the ball.
Well, he says you've lost the ball. It comes Argentinian side, Argentine side, and Vergaggio. A quick delivery to Contepomi there.
Watch Stokes, just take a second to flag against green. I just want to see what it's for, okay? Okay, you just go on the line and I'll speak to him.
This is the quick tap and take by Butch James. Show the ball is classic. Now Jongo Nokwe has to come on the inside. Good defence from Lugizimo. He closed him down very quickly. Here's the turnover. South Africa maybe over-elaborated here. Maybe they'd gone just once too many times down the middle of the throat there. They should have taken
I'm
it
going to
away.
warn him. I'm going to talk to the captain as well. Captain and number 4, please.
Well, Matt Goddard in amongst the situation there with Wayne Barnes. And Bucky's Buerta's the man who's going to get a little chatting
Players have
to.
responsibilities. If this player infringes again, it leaves me little option. He's entered the ruck just with his shoulder, no attempt to grasp, illegal entry. If it occurs again, it gives me little option. Penalty.
So it's going to be
I'll
a
talk to you in the next
penalty
stoppage. I'll
against
come and
South
find you, okay?
Africa. They need to be a little bit careful. The concentration levels need to move up, Garth.
Concentration levels 1. I think they've really got to work a little hard at the breakdown points. We've turned over too much ball. And most importantly, against the Pumas, you have to be disciplined. They want to get underneath your skin. They want to ruffle your feathers and get you involved in a little bit of trench warfare. You don't want to go there with the Pumas.
Contepomi with that big boot of his. Of course, it'll be Puma throw into the line out.
He was a...
Let's take a look at the shoulder charge. There's the shoulder charge. Doesn't look like much from my side.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
First Puma line out in their own half. Tough for Vergaggio. Good pressure by South Africa.
Stay up. Move right, be careful.
January, James, De Villiers, Jacobs. Good defence there from Maramburu. January, Jones, and now Smith.
That is knocked forward.
It's been knocked on. Now this is the counter. This is where they're so dangerous. Contepomi. James comes with a big tackle which forces Contepomi's kick to go awry. Great defence by the Springbok fly half.
Well, truly, it's just a monstrous tackle from the Pumas. And Serra getting really underneath John Smith, and that's where the knock-on happened again. The responsibility of the ball carrier a little weak for South Africa.
So plenty of possession for South Africa, but nothing to show on the scoreboard.
Just wait.
Need the patience. Matfield.
Still waiting. Yeah.
Du Plessis. January did well to control that. Quite an ambitious pass there by Bismarck Du Plessis. Was that out? The referee said yes. Looked like he was offside. Looks like the Pumas have this ball. To Woodada, working hard. A little bit of a punch-up going on there with CJ van der Linde. Comes for Spies. Now De Villiers. Great tackle by Aramburu again. That number 12 centre has really put in some good tackles.
Nothing formed. 8 was okay to come around. 8 was okay to come around. There was nothing formed.
You probably really want to hold on to this ball out wide. Jean de Villiers has got it. He's looking for that 50-50 pass. Look here. He tries to pop it up with the one hand. Forward, scrum down Pumas.
The Gizemon Vigagio. And there's nobody at home there. That's a dangerous ball. And it's eventually grabbed by the Pumas. Contepomi looking for Aramburu. Finds Abramovich. Deft play by the outside centre. Inside, well inside the South African 22. Now it's with Albacetti.
Run away! Yeah, great. Ball was out.
Vigagio. Good play by Bismarck Du Plessis. Now has he secured that ball for the Springboks?
No, it's not.
Still with the Pumas. Le Guizemont, the number 8. Plenty of men in there. Their forwards will really pile in. Make no error about that. It's picked up there by the replacement, Agez. Now Le Guizemont in full support again. Duran fighting hard. Even the centre, Abramovich is in there.
4 5, relax. 4 and 5 in the side.
So both the Springbok locks are guilty of being in at the side of that ruck. As soon as the counter-attacking of the Pumas has been very, very impressive, Garth.
Very impressive, but very worrying for South Africa. That ball hung around the air at the back there with nobody underneath it.
Captain.
Can't allow a ball to bounce in a test.
You've still got
it was an unkind bounce into the Pumas' hands.
Still got the line,
trouble for South Africa.
So the third opportunity for Felipe Contepomi.
Yeah. Mario. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that gap as well. Just make sure we keep that gap. Don't steal their space at the line out. Don't steal that space.
A little spat with Bismarck Du Plessis did Felipe Contepomi at the end of towards the end of the World Cup, and in fact found himself yellow carded. Tempers were running high. So 2 out of 2. Second one was a very good kick. First was pretty easy. This from his favourite side. And just holds it line. And misses that right hand upright. Disappointment, obviously, for the Puma captain, because all the points they can get on the board naturally, most important.
It's good listening, Six. I know it's a tight line, but it's good listening.
Le Guizemont. Now you can be sure they'll chase this. James is underneath it. Finds Junches.
Outside.
He's outside his 22. Work here for Gia.
Backwards.
Plenty of time for the World Cup wing, but he's hooked it. He's in fact sliced it infield. January.
Onside now.
Watson. Jacobs with him. Watson decides to go.
Advantage.
And it's been knocked on by the Springboks
Forward,
again.
Scrub, just lost forward.
Watson going through the tackle again, offloading in the tackle. Roncero finds himself in between the Springboks as they want to attack with that ball. Just maybe I've got to think to myself two things. One, the Springboks look a little jaded, and two, they must hold on to the ball.
Start using.
Well, they put in the Pumas under pressure on the scrums. It's well won there by Fernandez Lobe. It just seemed to be onto that loose ball, that fraction quicker. Vergagio, and problems there for Abramovich. Now it's taken by Fernandez Lobe.
No,
CJ van der Linde trying to wrest it away. Vergagio, Contepomi. Here's Peterson's chance to counter. Well taken by the right winger.
Let him run.
Back for it will be Stortoni. So too Contepomi. Had to pick it up. Stortoni, his first touch of the game, the Puma full-back, and there's nobody at home for the South Africans. Somebody should have been there to guard that touchline. There's no question of doubt about that.
Big tackle there from Pierce Spies. The key here, of course, is the Pumas. He goes really fairly high, lucky not to be cautioned.
Yeah, it was the Puma fullback Stortoni who was caught in that tackle. He had to handle before Matfield, very secure in middle line out. January.
Onside. Want some stand up, please, James.
Aguirre. And De Villiers up there quickly. Nokwe overran him. Stortoni, little run there, gets it away to Ledesma. Now a good reading of the play by Junches there to stem the Puma tide, because it is coming. Advantage to them again. Vergagio, he's a little fella, their scrum half. Puma's playing with great passion and fire. Stortoni, Leguizamon. Oh, and it's knocked on there by Arges.
No advantage, but we come, roll away.
And another kickable position for Felipe Contepomi.
Rip the ball in the tackle, please roll away. There's your mark.
Conrad Junches did extremely well there. Their 2-1 situation. He got up early and onto Piasek. And that's where the penalty was for. South Africa playing the ball on the ground. Conrad Junches, you can see his hands on the ball, then he pops it over the top. And Eddie Jacobs, both off their feet, they can't touch the ball.
4 kicks at goal for the Pumas, none for South Africa. Well, this crowd will start to get impatient with the Springboks if they don't produce something here for them. This well within his range. Perfect view of it. As it sails towards the crossbar and over it. The Pumas are in a relatively healthy lead here.
Not only that, they're playing with flair and passion. They're protecting the ball extremely well. They're winning the breakdowns at the moment. Pressure on South Africa.
Well, turnovers conceded is not good. Handling errors twice as many by the men in green and gold. Good take there by Alvarez.
Free green, go back. Go off your feet now, fly.
Albacetti right up in support there.
No, he's played it immediately. Thank you.
Vergagio. gaining in confidence all the time. Spies, good take by him. Look at the quickness of the Puma chasers. De Villiers, James into no man's land. Contepomi is there. Lovely bounce for the fly half. Jacobs has him. The two centres, in fact, have him.
That's fine.
Vergagio worked out now to Ledesma.
Now on your feet. Back up now. Thank you, 12. Back you come. Back you come. Onside 1. 1. Thank you.
Vergagio. The little dab for Aguirre. Well taken by Peterson. And
tackle in the air. He made contact in the air, made him come hard. Look at the ball.
Well played, JP Peterson. Got up in the air and won the penalty for his team.
All onside.
Well, Butch James gained that way. It's well taken by Nunes Piasek. And immediately the Pumas back on the attack. So, what is it, Garth? What do you think?
I must say that's just not intelligent play. We really should be concentrating on what we're doing. We're trying to do things in our own half. That's right by JP Peterson. When in doubt, go up in the air. They can't touch you. Aguirre handles him all the way to the deck. But we're playing too loose here, Hugh. We're playing far too loose.
Matfield, January, James, Spies. Well, adventurous play by the Springboks. Good quick ball for January. James had plenty of time. Still Tony, so too does the Puma fullback.
Let him run.
Now, who's there to catch? It's De Villiers, and Junches commits. Beautifully taken by the fullback. Great
retreat,
play
please.
by
10 metres.
Conrad Junches. He nominated and committed. Duplessis. Good little run by Bismarck. January, James. Now they mustn't skip here. They must just move it down the line. Peterson clocks on the pace. Nyquist hemmed in a little bit.
No hands, right!
See how quickly into Wadere is there.
Wait, 1.
Ricky January working it out. James, Spies, Watson. Needs quick support there. Comes for Spies, comes for James. Now it's Bucky's Buerta, bit isolated. Good tackle by Contepomi. Now here comes a counter from the Pumas. Fernandez lobby with a kick ahead. Bismarck Duplessis has to go. Adam Buru coming. Adam Buru flying, and Matfield is that was offside. I think by Bismarck Duplessis got away with it. Now, what does the referee say here?
Number 5
Scrum to the Pumas. I think Bismarck Duplessis can count himself a little lucky there.
He's calling it accidental offside. It is certainly offside. But again, South Africa have got the ball. Look how laterally they're running across the field. No one's straightening up. So what happens? Jongwe Nokwe gets the ball on the touchline. Nothing in it for South Africa. Good defence again from the Pumas. Just pushing South Africa out. Again, Bucky's Buerta caught out on the wing. Fantastic tackle by Contepomi. Very loose throw of the ball again by South Africa. Pick and take from the Pumas. They'll play off your mistakes all afternoon.
Well, if you see this, Matfield is there. And to me, Bismarck Duplessis picked that up from an offside position. Although, was there an offside line? Well, Bucky's Buerta may have gone down just to give the Springboks a little bit of a respite. 57% of the possession and nothing to show for it.
8. As soon as he releases, that's ball out. Yeah. Get the timing right though. 6. Crouch. Touch.
Well, there's
Balls,
some
engage.
experienced heads in that Springbok side, and they don't need to panic. Gizema.
And away,
Well tackled by Smith. Vergagio. Just content to pile it into those tough forwards. Vergagio again. Finds Fernandez Lobe, drives at the Springboks. Bugazio just putting it up here. There came Roncero. Plenty of experience in this, and South Africa
was on
won
his
the
feet.
penalty.
You were isolated. Doesn't matter. It's still in the post.
Those guys, Roncero in the Stade de France side, you know how they play in France. There's pick and drive, pick and
That's fine.
drive.
Tackler was out of the way that time. That's all I asked.
Relief for the Springboks. James. Aguirre.
Greenfield.
Well, it looks like Andries Becker is coming on, and Bucky's Boete is worse off than we might have thought. Andries Becker takes the field.
Thank you, Knight.
Cap number 7 for the 2.08 metre tall lock. Matfield supreme. Duplessis. You see how the Pumas just go in low on the tackles. No room to move for the Springboks. Comes for Alvarez. Bugazio or Fernandez Lobe. They're quick around the park, these Pumas, guys.
They've snatched some ball at the breakdowns from us. Unbelievable stuff.
There was no rush. Look at the replay.
Well, this is totally unnecessary. Aguirre and Peterson.
He released the ball and number 1 picked it up. No problem.
Bismarck Duplessis goes to the deck. The Pumas get hands to it. They turn it over. They're playing the referee extremely well. Lobe just can't hold on to it, and it takes a bit of a high tackle from Becker. I've got a feeling that's when some of the action happened. Something around the neck.
Well, he complained bitterly about it, Fernandez Lobe. I think Andries Becker was within the law there.
Have a look now. What's back on? It's number 6. It's scrummage 3.
So their live wire flank forward at the moment is not too great.
Okay, let's go.
Plays his rugby for sale in England.
Touch. Balls. Engage.
Nothing wrong with the Springbok scrumming.
Backwards.
Well taken by de Villiers. Now, opportunity here. James is on his shoulder. So too Luke Watson. And Jacobs, Eddie Jacobs, gets just his second try in international rugby.
South Africa needed a moment of brilliance. Maybe this is the spark that they needed. It was a great scrum from South Africa. It was a shocker from January right over the top. And often those strange passes from scrum-offs lead to opportunities in tests. As Jean de Villiers just turns on the gas, Eddie Jacobs got a try in front of him. Celebration time.
Well, great play by Jean de Villiers, because those Puma players were closing in almost in a pincer move, and he got his pass away to Jacobs, who'd also run himself off the ball very well. So at last, something for this crowd to cheer. Which James just strokes it over the crossbar. And so as we move towards half-time, a wonderful morale booster for the Springboks.
He went right over the top of Butch James, but Jean de Villiers just played the situation. Just put his ears back. Great work from Eddie Jacobs too. I have to agree with you. He ran himself into the space. Just look at the handoff there on the gizmo. The Pumas will be mad with themselves if they slip Jean de Villiers, pop on the inside. Try time, South Africa.
Madfield, January, James, Junches, a little space on the outside here. De Villiers to Nokwe, cracks on the pace. This is exciting stuff. Nokwe to Junches, men on his inside. Needed quick hands. Smith was there. Now the counter could come from the Gizmo. They'll go.
Open play, no offside lines at the tackle.
Because they moved it back into the 22. They'll have that line up, but this should have gone through the hands Garth.
Very flashy from South Africa. It looked fantastic. There, the pass should have gone to Pierce space and numbers on the outside of him. Turnover again by the Pumas.
Yeah, that ball needed quick hands.
Okay, we'll watch.
You called for moments of brilliance. It would have been another one of them had Junches been able to get it away. January, still the Springboks come. Spies using the big man and his pace and power down the middle of the field to good effect. Here's Junches. Good hands for Nokwe. Nokwe cracks on the pace. Junior Nokwe. Try on debut. Well, they must be going mad down in the sky.
Magical moment we spoke of, a second one almost in a row. Jongwe Nokwe danced in and out of both all the Pumas that came across on defence. Very good quick ball for South Africa. Jongwe Nokwe on the inside, little step, shows the ball, holds on to it. Fantastic individual effort.
Well, you see the delight, and no wonder. And so one might say that Conrad Junches, with his timing of the pass there, made amends for not getting rid of the earlier ball. But two terrific moments, and suddenly the Springboks are right in this game and playing some terrific rugby. Enough for Butch James and South Africa.
Good play also from Ricky January. Picked the right side. It was a quick service delivery. Inside, outside from Jongwe Nokwe. Pumas were bemused.
Well, the Pumas, one must say, were in full flight. How is this going to affect their morale? Good take there by Matfield.
He went for the ball. Three, back you come. He's okay. Three, back on side.
January, James, Junches.
Take him back in
can't
and outside.
Kick it out directly. Work here for Nunes Piasek. In fact, it's still Tony, the fullback.
One area that's going to affect the Pumas.
For Glasgow Warriors does to Tony. Sorry, Garth.
One area that's going to affect the Pumas. High altitude, and they're battling in the scrums. The last 20 minutes will be a nightmare for them. They better get their game sharper.
But I must say, I've been very impressed with the Springbok scrum, because in October of last year they were having a battle. January, lovely ball for James. Watson, De Villiers. Not a bad little kick into open space. They have to be careful of Aguia's ability to counter. Just turning that Puma pack around.
9, I saw it. I'll talk to him, okay?
A little bit of space at the back. Chip and charge. Well-weighted kick. Aguia could do nothing but watch it roll into touch.
Hands away now! Hands off, thank you, record. Back on side, back behind the ball.
So Aguia at scrum half. Contepomi under plenty of pressure. He's used to that.
Hold five.
Peterson.
Yeah, thank you.
Junches.
Let him run, please.
Well, there he goes, unleashes that torpedo up and under again. See how it drifts away from players. The would-be catchers, well taken in eventually.
Hands, go now, 3. No hands, ruck.
It was Aramburu who worked hard there. Contepomi now. Nokwe, well controlled by the winger. James. Decides to go on the run. There's a gap here. Accidentally running into Luke Watson, but didn't have much effect. Great run by Butch James. Du Plessis, Jacobs. It's on here for South Africa. Men on the outside of Jacobs there. If they get quick ball down the left-hand side here, they could be telling. There's only one defender out there now, 2 knocked on by the Springboks. disappointing. They had numbers down the left side.
About 2 minutes, just less than 1, actually.
They definitely had the numbers. That ball had to be passed from the deck. January picks it up and tries to run with it, then pass. Albacete saw it, puts his hand on the ball, knock forward. Just quick service delivery off the base from the deck. That would have been the key.
Oh, no, I thought it was in the tackle. Okay, I must have missed it.
Algiers, the replacement front ranker, just receiving a bit of attention there.
Yeah, good.
Well, they've made 37 tackles, have the Pumas. Just have a look at that. They wrap you up with numbers. And what I like about the Pumas tackling is they put you to deck and take you backwards.
Well, 37 they've made, 28 the Springboks have made. Tackles missed 8 by the Argentines and 5 by South Africa. Look at that scrum again. It's in disarray for the Pumas. Well done. Now, the referee said 2 minutes to half-time. We see 30 seconds on our clock.
Drive up the loose end, not a problem.
They got it in them to put it across the Pumas line again.
Well, that's the beast that's really having a go at Algiers.
Touch and withdraw. Down the middle, make sure. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Van der Linde holding his own well against Roncero. January, James. There comes Jean Smith.
Now roll away. Good
January, De Villiers, James, Peterson went forward. And there goes the siren for half-time. Well, for 31 minutes, the crowd sat quietly as Felipe Contepalme slammed over penalty after penalty after penalty. But then there's 2 moments of magic, one by Jean de Villiers, one by John Ganokwe, put away by Conrad Chanches, has put South Africa back in the lead. It hasn't been that convincing by the Springboks, but plenty of action here at Coca-Cola Park. Well, 14 points to 9, South Africa lead. I can remember back in 1993, 29-26. Back in 2000 at the River Plate Stadium in Buenos Aires, 37-33 after we had been well ahead at halftime. And then 26-25 at the Boet Erasmus Stadium. So there have been some precariously close results. Can the Springboks sustain the form of the last 10 minutes, Garth?
I think they can. I think their scrum is really key for them today. I think they'll get the Pumas on the run in the last 20 minutes of the second half. But I suppose vitally you've got to take your hat off to the Pumas firstly and say a very, very interesting first 30 minutes. And of course, Butch James, just look at that.
Look at the passes figure. 18 against 1. I mean, that's unbelievable. Very good break, was most of the 76 meters in running. And so one would say that Butch has probably had the ball, obviously, because of the stat on possession, and certainly has moved the ball around the park. Just having a look down at the Springbok team who have taken the field to see if there are any other substitutions apart from Andries Becker. And Contepalme leads the Pumas out. And we'll just check their numbers as they appear on the field. It looks like they're all there except the replacement Algiers in the tight head prop position. There's Jean de Villiers. Of course, that one moment of magic, Garth, when he broke through 2 tackles and put Dady Jacobs away. That is really what the inside centre's job in many ways is. And he's done it so well. As I said, only one of 3 players who have started every test this year, along with Bucky's Botha and Juan Smith. So 40 minutes to go. Can South Africa maintain their unbeaten record against Argentina? A strong run there by Luki Zimar.
6, thank you. Back you come.
Vigaggio, Contepone,
Yeah, you're okay.
Spies. Decides to go with power and speed. Good work there by Nokwe. Now James finds Watson. Support from Juan Smith. Flanks working together well. Now they need to consolidate a little bit. January, James, Junches. Oh, it hit into Warriero straight between the eyes.
Off his head.
And he's a little shaken up by it.
Yeah, he just headed it.
Just have a look at this tackle by Leguizamo. He throws his whole body at it. And the Beast gets one on the knocker.
Now it's Roncero. Good layback to Vigaggio. Now Ledesma.
On your feet!
Good tackle by him to Herrera.
Right, no problem, relax.
Vigaggio, Contepone. Has yet to, I think he's passed it. We saw there once. Beautiful take there by Junches.
And away 12.
Courageous, skillful, very good. Lovely ball to Jean de Villiers. A little bit isolated. Jacobs has supported well. Springboks content to keep the ball in hand rather than boot it downfield. Has it been turned over?
Hands away, green 2.
Well, when they say hands away,
Back
very
onside,
often
blue
it means
5,
it's coming
blue 5,
out on the
thank you.
other side. Pumas here. It's with Stotoni.
Blue 1.
Albacetti.
You ran into him.
Well held by Matfield. Two tall lock forwards.
Stand your
Good
feet,
work
back
by
up, one, go on
Juan
your feet.
Smith.
Thank you.
Now Vigaggio. They probably want to keep most of their, certainly their backs on the park for most of the
And on your
half
feet.
because of the inexperience of those guys sitting on the bench. Now it's with Aramburu. Laid it off to Roncero, then to Alvarez. And that's out. Well played by the Beast.
Hands away,
Has he
blue
got the
now,
ball?
you've
Hands
lost.
away. You've lost it, and it's powered by the Springboks. Yeah, it's on down the left-hand side now. Watson finds Peterson, decides to go with a kick. There's open space. Spies is coming at pace. Spies catches. Spies carries it over.
Any doubt, that's it.
The pace of the man whose dad was the South African
Let me just check.
100
Time
metres
off.
hurdles champion.
Jeff Barnesy. Any reason I cannot award that try?
Jeff
Please
Warren,
stand by.
the TMO. No problem there. Crowd to cheer as they see it on the big screen.
Wayne, this is Jeff.
Yeah.
You may award the try.
Thanks very much.
So nothing wrong with the referee doing that, making absolutely certain. Beautiful bit of chasing by those men. It was on. I thought they might have messed it up there. Peterson did well, Garth.
A little chip over the top from Pearson was classic. And you can really now appreciate Pierce Spiss's natural talent and speed. Swoop down, one hand, pick it up.
Good info.
Unbelievable.
$119 points so far to Butch James in international rugby. Up to 121 it is as South Africa move into the 20s.
It's this turnover ball that really counted. Watson read it extremely well. He popped it on the inside to Peterson. Peterson drew the defence from the back. Little one over the top. Pierce left everyone behind. Wasn't the kindest of bouncers either, was it?
Well, one must also say, has it been the pressure of the Springboks running at the Pumas all the time? They've made 44 tackles so far. Great take by Matfield. January, James, Spies. Once they started using Spies down midfield,
No way, on your
they're
feet.
committing 2 or
Good
3
line.
tacklers to him every time. Watson
Take him
got it
back in.
away to
Wait,
James.
wait,
Plenty
wait.
of air on that. Luki Zimar. Stotoni
Yes,
on his right-hand side.
Don't touch
The
him.
number 8 decides to go on his own. Don't touch him. Referee says play on. The beast is there. Well played by him to
Not the side, not the side.
Well, the little pop out to it was Abramovich, and James is there. Abramovich ran out of space.
You've got a line, Blue.
Just got to keep your eye on the Pumas as well. They have the ability to break out and score tries. Their handling, their skills is fantastic.
Just wait, please. Replacement.
Well, we suspect that those fellows may be just recording some rugby for other teams. Well taken by Matfield.
I know you've gone underneath him, though.
Penalty
Underneath him.
from the line out. It was the front rank Arges. Fernandez Lopez. That's a blow for the Pumas as he has been replaced. I saw him hobbling off the field. Replace him, or it's Galindo who's come on.
Just keep that.
Matfield, January, De Villiers. Sometimes it works when January misses James. Well taken there by Bismarck du Plessis, applying the pressure. Asks the Springboks, moving up the pace. Jacobs, not a bad little move by the centre. Jongo Nokwe gives chase, and the crowd love it. Now that just drives the Pumas right back into their half. And at this stage of the game, not a bad move, Garth.
Not a bad move, but perfectly executed.
Give yourself room off the line, okay? Yeah,
direction.
Good, thank you. Winger.
And summing it up, seeing there's nobody back there for the Pumas.
11.
Good play out of Jacobs.
Albacete not been that involved in this game today. Little line-out ball for the Pumas. Ledesma. Well, he's gone right over the top, and it's been spilled. James couldn't hold on. Butch James will rue the missed opportunity. It was an awkward ball. If he could have taken it, he would have been in for his 4th try in international rugby.
This just proves that they're under a lot of pressure in the lineouts. This risky stuff right over the top is just crazy. And James read it very well, so he put a lot of pressure on.
Touch! Pause!
Okay,
he just didn't.
There are plenty of options here to get that scrum moving and then wheeling with the left shoulder. As they get it there, there should be space here for Spies to power over himself.
Nothing wrong.
Watch Pierce Spies, that scrum just moves to open him up. We saw them do it so well in Dunedin when Joe Fanica put Peterson away. As Farida Priya just warming up. Is it to be his first Test appearance of 2008? Oh dear me.
You moved your bind. You took your bind from his shoulder onto his arm. It caused a slip.
CJ van der Linden not happy with the decision. A beautiful opportunity for the Springboks thrown away. It's Contepomi clears to touch but doesn't find it. Nokwe. Oh, nice little bit of movement there by Jonge Nokwe. Sets up Ricky January. Beautiful. James now for Jacobs. Watson did well to hold on and get the pass away. Here goes De Villiers. Now just Peterson. January there quickly. Well worked out. Now it's finally to Watson. Van der Linde cracks on the pace. Forgot about the ball, but Bismarck du Plessis didn't.
Don't dive in! Rick!
And Torreira there. Picked up by Spies. Is he a bit isolated?
Stay on your feet.
In goes Becker. January. Good ball for Peterson. Pace by Peterson. It's on here for the winger. J.P. Peterson gets his 9th try in his 19th test. Beautiful running by the tall winger.
backs against forwards, that's the key. If you can get that equation right, because just have a look at this. Smith takes on a few players, sucks in one or two of the backs of the Pumas. Now back against forward. Goodbye, sweet sister. That pace is too much. Not even within a meter.
Yeah, it was Alvarez against Peterson. Didn't have a chance, but he left Sortoni as well. Deceptive pace. It's because he's got such long legs. It doesn't look like he's moving, but he can shift. So in fact, it's been a 20-minute period where South Africa, if Butch James converts this, have scored 28 points. And the man has done so. 4 out of 4.
Just such quality ball for South Africa. Well, standing start, he just took off out of the blocks. Alvarez had no hope.
So the great roar from the crowd. Percy Montgomery, 99th Test cap as he comes on, and so too great roar for Farid Duprier. His first test since the World Cup final.
Be careful, look at the ball. Be careful.
So Chanches has gone onto the left wing. Jongi Nokwe taking a rest. He's done well in his first test match as Nokwe. And Percy Montgomery will...
You know it's dangerous up there.
Has taken up the fullback position. Well, what a career it's been. 10 tests ahead of Joost van der Westhuizen, and surely within the next 2 weeks he'll get test number 100.
Hold, fella.
Well taken by Becker, Duprier. Now it's Jacobs' forward pass. Just a slight mistiming. Now, one thing, Garth, they mustn't do is get complacent. I've talked about those 3 comeback games by the Pumas, so they never give up.
Just waiting for a replacement, and then we'll scrum you down.
Well, it's Jacques Ferry, who's also going to come onto the field, his home ground, and his first test since the World Cup final. He replaces Jean de Villiers, who's clearly missed that World Cup final now. Lugizimar, well hunted down by Watson. Well played by Jacobs. Good play too by Spies. And Watson. Now Becker. Duprier, lovely ball. Jean Smith. Now how far can he carry it? He couldn't find a support player. And it could be turned over here. Albusetti was in quickly. Vigasio is no hands blue. That could be coming on the Springbok side by Duprier. Jacobs, Matfield hasn't scored a try since he's become the captain. Penalty for the Pumas.
So if you want
Matfield just getting a bit isolated.
Well, it's under pressure, Felipe Contepomi, who will clear from his 22. They're not getting any ball, the Pumas. They're not getting it. They're getting poor scrum ball. They're getting hardly any line-out ball. So Contepomi not using his centres at all. Here's Johan Smith, guys.
And they're not getting the opportunity to set up that first line of defence from these breakdowns, because the ball's coming back nice and quickly for South Africa. Contepomi did extremely well there. Stayed on his feet, attacked the ball. Victor Matfield had to hold on.
Now, what sort of line-out ball can the Pumas get? They decide to go deep, and it's worked badly. James, lovely ball for Farid. Jacques Ferry, first touch, and Watson, James, lovely pop-up for Duprier. Farid Duprier cracks on the pace, first real touch of the game, and the man who scored the first try in the semi-final against the Pumas in October of last year gets over again. Remember that wonderful long-distance interception pass? He's a machine, this guy.
I'll never forget it. Unbelievable. unbelievable play from South Africa again. Some lovely hands, and now the passes are starting to stick. Shove the ball from Farida Priya, cracks on the pace. Lovely little handoff as well from him. Try time. Isn't it nice to have the big guy back? Lovely interplay, forwards and backs. Shove the ball. Tony can't stop him. The Gizmo can't. Wonderful, the Springboks.
Well, behind the goalposts, the Pumas are having a real chat. And I'm not surprised they have to do that because they're under real fire now. Butch James has now kicked 5 out of 5.
James, just wait down and remind them not to take him out in the air.
So the reserves come in on a plenty, and Joe van Niekerk runs on as we see that try from Farida Priya again. Joe van Niekerk, cap number 50. Great moment for him in his rugby career. Madfield.
That's fine. Hands away, right!
Remember that little slip from the very first ball he got. He's been supreme since then. And Pierce Spies has created. Look how many blue shirts have got to get in there to make the tackles. The Springboks in full flight now. Jacobs, still the Pumas not giving up in terms of defence.
He's the last man.
Duplier, Montgomery, Van der Linde. He loves to run with the ball, CJ. He's giving it away though. Here goes Albacetti. Peterson with the hack ahead. The Guia was there. Now it's Ronchero. Madfield made the tackle. Vergagio, who's hardly had the ball for a while. Pierce Spies nearly muscles it away from him.
Green, you've lost. Back feet 3. Midfield.
Worked out to Aramburu.
He wasn't on his feet.
Now the Pumas fight back into the Springbok 22-metre area. It's with Albacetti. Good tackle by Becker. Vergagio now will Contepomi finally pass the ball because Aramburu is there. Now it's Contepomi. Decides to go long. Tap ahead. Well picked up by Ignacio Nunes Piasek. And now has he got the try? But don't look who's there. It is Tendai to Herrera.
Time off. Jeff Barnes here. She's having that as a try, yes or no?
Roger, please stand by.
Well, don't tell me that Jacques Ferry is injured. Well, it's a brilliant tackle by Luke Watson. Herrera got there a little later, but Watson has done the job. Brilliant by Luke Watson.
Wayne, this is Jeff. Wayne, this is Jeff.
Yeah.
We have a foot in touch.
Yep.
Foot in touch.
So line out, green, throw.
That is correct.
Okay, thanks very much. Line out, okay. No way.
Wayne Barnes, not the most popular man in New Zealand. After their loss in the quarter-final, now there's Nunes Piasek, who's also down, but worst from a Springbok point of view is Jacques Ferry is down. There he comes, Jacques Ferry. Oh, got one right in the face. Great work. I said to Herrera, it was Luke Watson who did the brilliant work. And Jacques Ferry is off. Can you believe? He's had one carry of the ball. He's been back in Test rugby. Cannot believe it. Neither can he.
Yeah, just 1 second. Yeah.
Haven't seen the replacement as yet. They've got.
Just give yourself some room, please, Blue. Yep, on your prop is fantastic.
Well, they would have to bring on a forward, like in the form of Adrian Strauss. Of course, Spies can play wing. It is Adrian Strauss who's going to take the field. So too Kabajio will take over from Aramburu.
Hold on. Who's coming off? Who? We're okay to go? Okay, I'm just checking. Don't want to have 16 on. What? Okay, just open a second, please,
So
and then
we'll just have a look at that Springbok lineup.
Open, thank you. Watch on.
On the wing is Percy Montgomery. JP Peterson is there as well. Eddie Jacobs will probably go to inside centre. Good take by Becker. Now we've still got over 20 minutes of this game left. And these Pumas can get fired up, believe you me. Look where Butch James is, right on the dead ball line, and Farid Duprier takes the pressure off. That's another great attribute.
Just have a look. Pierce gets him with his shoulder in the face as he steps on the inside, steps up.
Oh, dear me. That's probably a broken cheekbone.
I just looked the way he just shook his head when he walked off. I think it's damage.
Ledesma at scrum half. Duprier wraps him up. Bismarck du Plessis doing strong work as well. Good work by the Puma forwards though. Roncero hangs off. Picked up by Lugizimon.
Hands away, you're off your feet.
Also plays his club rugby for Stade Francais. Good pressure by the Springboks. Slowing that ball down. Vergagia. We haven't seen too much of Durand, the Pumas number 6. Now it's Roncero.
On your feet.
Vergagia, Contepomi, Storletto, Sortoni, rather, the fullback.
Away 18, no hands now.
Vergagia. Now, what can they make of this? The Pumas, they don't seem to be that fluent down the backs. As it was Caballo. And penalty, South Africa. Caballo, the replacement centre out there.
Tackle was good.
Being a little bit selfish. Albacetti was the man blown up.
6 is on his feet, stole the ball.
And good work, Luke Watson. Probably his best test match today. James. So the Springbok backline reads now Farid Duprier, Butch James, Eddie Jacobs, then Conrad Junches, then Pierce Spies as they form up there.
Keep the gaps when you arrive late,
In fact,
please.
Montgomery moved up to the centre position for a moment there. Pierce Spies now at outside centre. Becker's doing good work. Duprier, James, Jacobs, right through. Now, where's the support? Van Niekerk's there. Does he need it? Now they come. Joe Van Niekerk in test match number 50. You'll watch the delight now. Brilliant by Eddie Jacobs.
Brilliant by Butch James as well. What a perfect time pass on the tackle line. Puma's defence in 6s and 7s. Nice and flat for James. Perfect offload to Eddie Jacobs. He picks a line and he sticks to it. Switches the ball to the right hand. Feed on the inside to Joe Van Niekerk is classic. Wonderful rugby. Okay, switches the ball, defends the ball. Now he can pass that ball, no risk. Pop up into Joe Van Niekerk's hands. Skillful rugby.
I think Butch James at the moment enjoying an afternoon of conversion practice. Makes it 6 out of 6. 6 7s of 42.
Good defence from the Pumas, left a big gaping hole for Eddie Jacobs to strike. His angle that he took when he got the ball was perfect. Then he chose a nice line for the try line. Great to see.
Well taken by Becker. Duprier, James, Watson, Jacobs, Junches. This was flying. Montgomery's done well. Now it's still Tony.
Keep coming, keep coming. It's good.
Junches is there. Oh, his fielding's been impeccable. So now he's got space. Now he's got Bismarck to proceed with him. And Luke Watson holds off one. Luke Watson playing a fantastic link game. Beautiful pass for Matfield. Becker. Who can he find? He finds Matfield again. They're in. Oh, Joe van Niekerk's getting another one. That's try number 10. He's moving up towards the highest scorer of tries for a forward of all time. I need to check the records, but I think it's Mark Andrews has also got 10.
Well, the floodgates have opened. 20 minutes to go. Offloading the tackles, great from Becker. Also good from Victor Matfield. Joe van Niekerk ran himself into that space. Open try line for Joe van Niekerk.
Well, whilst we've seen all that, Butch James has kicked his 8th conversion. Well, there we see it. Look, a little tap over the bar, little drop kick. Well, one can only feel a little sorry for the Pumas, the captain not looking too happy. We've heard confirmation. Our worst confirmation is that Jacques Ferry has got a fractured cheekbone. Also, Lofi Yelof's worst confirmation, I would think. Just a little misjudgment there as Matfield left it. Look at Peterson wanting to go. The Springboks so full of running. Luke Watson's having a lovely game. Now A.D. Jacobs breaking a tackle. Looked on the inside. Couldn't. Was a bit undecided.
Both on the feet. Now hands away both sides. Scrum.
Well, it wasn't going to come out. Strong work there by Carbaggio.
Picked him up and put him down on his side.
Number 22, Durand is feeling a little bit sore.
Question was that a spear tackle?
Well, very, very close to it. Now, you see, you've got to have consistency, because some refs would say that's a spear tackle, and others wouldn't.
Do you need treatment?
It was Carbaggio who made that tackle.
Watch stop, please.
Hips above the shoulders, driven into the ground. I suppose by the book, it would be considered a spear tackle, at least a dangerous tackle.
I see from my match notes too, talking about tries by forwards, that Juan Smith has also scored 10 tries in rugby. Look at this. Oh, dear me, that's a dreadful collision. And, you know, sometimes, Garth, when your luck's down, hey? Meanwhile, the hold-up in play at the moment is for Ledesma. No, in fact, it's Roncero, the tough, loose head prop. Puma scrum being under strain. Brian Majati on the field. Has Puma scrum been under fire really since the other brother Ledesma left the park? So all 7 replacements on by coach Peter de Villiers. They've made 44 tackles, Garth. Here are some of them.
Yeah, and they made some tackles count. Pierce normally very abrasive in the tackle.
Now an interesting form up in the backs we've got here, with Montgomery at fly half, A.D. Jacobs at sort of a shortstop position. Here they go, Farida Priya, Jacobs, Montgomery, dummied. Now it's Duplier, beautiful work. It's a beautiful movement. J.P. Peterson, and that's great defense. Look at the cover of Farida Priya. And Watson is up there again. Well, that is a elaborate movements, but it came off and should have in fact been a try.
Should have been a try because that man's got the pace. Little offload to the top, maybe slowed JP Peterson down somewhat, and then the inside pass wasn't kind to the big guy Pierce Spies.
Well, we've got to say, you know, admire the commitment of Aguirre, the left wing. Watch the left wing of the Argentines here. That's a beautiful movement to loosen up Pierce Spies. Now, Aguirre's getting back. Peterson just had to hesitate. Fantastic tackle.
I was quite brave the other night with a couple of friends. I said I'd love to see Pierce Spies on the wing. He's got all the speed and the strength in the world. And just watching him run on that wing, I might be right.
Well, on to the hooking position comes Basualdo, who was in the World Cup squad. Didn't play against South Africa.
Uncontested scrums.
Meanwhile, Conrad Junches is down. So Peter de Villiers doesn't need a whole host of injuries here.
What stopped?
49-9 is at the moment the biggest margin of victory by a Springbok side in the 12 tests over the Argentines. We don't need another facial injury. No more replacements available to come on. Must have just taken a knock as they opened Pierce Spies up there into open space. Conrad Junches, tough in Boksburg.
Stay on the second row. Engage.
Well,
Line,
it's a
please.
non-contest scrum. Looks so gentle, doesn't it? Le Guizemont,
Now away.
which James confronted him.
He's okay.
Now Contepomi. Oh dear me, it's getting worse for the Puma captain. Stortoni, the beast, hunted him down. That's why you heard the great roar from the crowd over on the sunny side of the ground. Of course, Adrian Strauss getting cap number 2 this afternoon. Will be enjoying playing at number 8. And it's Fanikak who brings it down.
No hands out the side, 19, wait. Back feet, make sure, fellas.
Still the Pumas fight it out. Worked on the short side. Oh, and just a little indecisive.
Hands away now, Green. Down the players, James.
Strauss on his inside. Skips him. Finds Junches. Well tackled there by Abramovich. Penalty
Isolated.
to the Pumas.
If you want it.
Quickly taken by Durand. Now he finds Basualdo. Held up there by the front ranker, Arjez. Bismarck Duplessis gets in the way conveniently.
For me it was.
And prevents Galindo from
First knock-off.
continuing the play. Another Puma has stayed down. Look at that, with 60% of the possession, Garth. You've got to run right, haven't you?
Yeah, okay.
It has turned into a bit of a right.
No, keep going.
South Africa have taken the ball to the wing 12 times. The Pumas only twice. They've been 14 times in the opposition's 22-metre. The Pumas only 5 times in South Africa's 22.
Yeah, one could be a little bit critical of Contepomi not giving his backs a run early on in the game, but they would continue to drive it down, Liverpool Springbok errors, and then kick the penalties. They led, remember, after 24 minutes, they led by 9 points to 0. After 31 minutes, they led by 9 points to 0.
Engage. Right, let's go.
Not too many visits into the
Stay bound.
Springbok half. Funny Kak to James, to Jacobs.
Oh, relax.
Janchers has knocked it on.
Okay. Whistle. Knock on. Hey, relax.
Lucido also on there, number 18 for the
14.
Pumas, plays his club rugby
14.
for Toulon. Saw John Smith having a long chat with some of the Puma players earlier on. They all play their club rugby in France. This is now the guy we were hoping might not come on.
Second rows, please.
Garth,
Back rows on. Crouch.
Uda Pizzetta.
Tongue twister it could be.
Stay close, 9. Stay close. He's allowed.
Lukis Ahmad, and now the little scrum half, Vigajo, moves around, but they've kicked it away to Janchers. Dupree, James, Bismarck, Duplessis and Ledesma. This should be interesting. The two hookers, but the ball wins the race over the touchline. Bismarck a lot more pace than Ledesma. He was one of the guys I saw John Smith having a long chat to.
Get the timing right.
And it's great to see.
A lot of space right at the back for the Pumas. Nobody really falling back. I can see the inexperience in that back line right now.
Ledesma with the throw. Is this going to work? Oh, no, it's not. Beautifully taken in there for to set up for Dupree. Now Matfield. Some men double around. Bismarck Duplessis thunders over, and South Africa are in the 50s for just the second time ever in tests against the Pumas.
Almost coming a little bit too easy for South Africa. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's insanity. Throwing the ball to the back of the lineup again, so that South Africa can steal it off of you. Of course, it's turned over. It's given to Bismarck Duplessis. It's a stroll over. Not going to stop the big man 5 meters out.
Yeah, it's that man Aguirre again who's got back to try and stem the tide. Must commend his courage. Now the question is, can Butch James keep his clean slate? This to be 8 out of 8. The flags go up.
For the Pumas this last 20 minutes.
Well, Garth, my score sheet's full. Still another 8 minutes to endure. I'm sure Peter de Villiers just wants to go through this period without injury to anybody. As Basualdo drives in.
Okay, first one, knock on the elbow. He put you down. He was good. Okay, thank you.
Basualdo, who plays his club rugby for
knock on in the
Toulouse. That's where Khafi de Toy is.
Touch, pause, engage. Bind on a second.
Joe Fanika, a brace of tries. Now it's worked out by Legisimo. Big tackle on Cabaggio.
Hands away now.
Vigajo.
On your feet.
The replacement scrum half has in fact not played in a test match, so Vigajo soldiers on.
Hands away, 2, get away. Own feet.
Gets the tap away. Picked up there by Uda Pizzetta.
Careful.
All the referee seems to be saying is be careful. Albacetti.
Thank you.
Vigajo.
On your feet when you arrive. Good.
Well, it was Stortoni who came up the full back. Now with another replacement, Galindo. Worked out by James. Victor Matfield has Farida Pier with him. Janchas. Montgomery said tap it downfield, which he decided to do. Stotoni. Peterson. And Stotoni's, well, looked like he was caught on the left foot there because not the most confident of clearances.
Keep going. We'll keep going.
Well, it's another man who's down, and just the first aid men are covering him. I think it's a Puma who is down. Yeah, there he is. It's Contepomi. Certainly Leinster won't want that. His club in the Republic of Ireland.
Thanks, guys.
Matfield, and that's worked out well. Watson couldn't hold on. Gizemo got it away there to Uda Pizzetta.
Back we come then, relax. Knock on.
Well, Wayne Barnes seems to be on a little bit of a mission to avoid injury here. Relax, take it easy, take it carefully.
You've got little Uda Pizzetta who weighs 80 kilograms. Up against Pierce Spies. You want to relax and take it easy.
9.
Well, the ball in play for 32 minutes. Statistically, that's very good.
8, bind, 8.
Certainly the crowd have been entertained to those 8 tries and some really superb movements. Janchas, well, for once, his cricketing hands let him down. He's fielded the up and unders most beautifully today. Vigaja, now it's Ledesma who fights it forward almost. Will the Pumas get a try? Stotoni was there. Albacetti now, the winner of 27 caps.
He's gone through the middle.
Madfield fights on. Vigaja, Ledesma. Up against Fanike, sort of brushed him aside.
And roll away!
Now the little scrum half can't get past Adrian Strauss.
Back on your feet, stay up, 17, good discipline. Get back on your feet, 5.
Driven forward there by Galindo.
Ball is up, that's a competition. No, hands green, you're off your feet. There's the ball, don't go in, please, don't go in.
Well, a lot of coaching going on by the referee, just to keep in control.
Thank you.
Adrian Strauss goes in hard on Lugizmo.
No, you've lost now, Blue, you've lost Blue.
No, look at this, now it's on for South Africa. Becker, all 2.08 metres of him. His dad was a sight in full flight too. Here goes Andy Jacobs and JP Peterson. Little chip, it's all in the bounce now, and it's all in the bounce once again. It pops up, and Peterson is on double figures in terms of international tries.
Well, the Pumas haven't got a second line of defence to speak of. Anything over the top right now becomes Springbok ball.
Butch James just drop kicks it over the crossbar. So he has kicked his 9 out of 9. And 9 sevens are 63.
Well done, Luke Watson. Turnover ball. That turnover ball is quality ball because now there's space. Becker takes it up. Pops it off the deck. Lovely reverse pass there from Victor Matfield. Eddie Jacobs. Chip in charge. As I said, no one at home. Toe it ahead. Make it look simple. I'll tell you it's not simple.
Badges knock on.
And still they come. Well, the substitution is, it's Lilani, the little scrum half who gets his first test cap. Here he goes. Basualdo. Now with Arjaz. Lilani. Oof. He's only 70 Ks. Take it easy. Here goes Lugizmo. Try for the Pumas. The referee wants to have a look. Did Farida Pier take it out of his hands? As only Farida Pier can do.
Jeff Barnes, tell me if that's a try, yes or no?
Okay,
it was
please stand by.
Lugizima who soldiered on bravely all day. The number 8.
It would be too cruel if he doesn't score this.
No, he doesn't. Five-metre scrum will be the call. The Pumas haven't gone anywhere but 5 metres away
Wayne,
from the
this is Jack.
Springbok line.
Wayne, he lost possession of the ball whilst trying to score, so it's a knock-on.
Thanks very much.
Scrum 5.
No try.
Jeff Warren's done his job pretty efficiently this afternoon as TMO. I think Wayne Barnes has been okay as well.
Two to come now and then we'll fold in.
It's been a romp for the Springboks. I must say,
5 metres.
you know, you'd think after half an hour the Springboks weren't on the board. Now they're 63 points on the board.
You use the line green, please.
Well, John
Green, you've got the
Smith
line to
enjoying
use
the
if you need it.
spectacle. What a captain he's turned out to be for South Africa. Highly respected amongst his players.
That's fine.
Well, the Pumas trying to do a little bit here, but it's not working for them. Now Butch James has gone in hard. I'd say you need to just soften up a bit as Stortoni is Beck is penalised for a knockdown. Quickly taken by Albacetti, on for Arjez. Now Ledesma.
Arrive on your feet.
Lilani. Oh, it's been knocked on again.
Relax,
Madfield,
ball,
now Van Niekerk. It's all a bit of a snail's pace at the moment, a little bit like a basketball match. Now, the big thing is to just in the last 30 seconds of the game is avoid injuries. Brian Mujati goes bounding forward. Duprier, Montgomery, James. Worked out for Duplessis. Strauss. They played as schoolboys together at Grey College in Bloemfontein. Well, the Pumas look dead on their feet, don't they, Garth?
They look like a big boxer that's been slugged to death for 10 rounds. And yeah, a little bit of numbers just getting there.
Well, they probably didn't play as hookers together because they were both hookers at school. So a little bit. But there's it. Wayne Barnes says that's enough. The record score of 63 points to 9. So that 9-try romp, a brace for Joe van Niekerk, a brace for Peterson. We're going to go back to the studio in Randburg for a short while for commercial breaks, and then we'll be back with Man of the Match, the captain's interviews, and all the razzmatazz that goes with a test match. Goodbye.